Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue here. Hope you're well. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff there. Look, we just finished the Freo versus Eagles game, and to be fair, it was a good watch. We win 79 points to 66, and regardless if it's a practice or trial or whatever it is, beating the Eagles is always a good feeling. And now this game here, I guess again, you're just hoping that Frio didn't take too much, of last week's game, which we didn't. I think we had a different approach this time around, which was good to see the coach sort of make the boys realize that, hey, that first game there probably wasn't, probably was just a bit of an in the win game thrown out there just because from the Eagles, but that this game here was going to be a game where we would be looking to, or they would be looking to, basically try and build. This game here for me probably summarized in the word of pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. There were some standout players, right? I can look at Ryan. I could look at Sarong, Brayshaw. I could even look at Tabner as well, who was running up and down, which was good to see. But ultimately, in this practice match here, I'm probably not going to look too much into stats per se, but I'm just probably going to just maybe look at key players and moments in the game. One of the things that stood out for me, as mentioned, was Tabner. Tabner was running up and down the wing, which is good to see, opening up different options for us to attack, which is always good, particularly with our fast players, which was awesome to see. Another thing I noticed as well was Sarong getting more involved in things physically. Hayden Young as well threw his hand up in there as well, and if you guys haven't done so, please go and check my other prior videos as well regarding Fremantle. But Hayden Young as well was right in the thick of it defensively, on the offense as well as tackling. He was there, which was good and positive to see. Hayden Young, as well as we all know, has had an injury last season, which took out most of his season, unfortunately. But he's come in here vibrant, looking good, which is good to see. Another thing as well we just got to realize too is, yes, it's a scratch match, it's a practice, but still some players, I think for me, didn't show enough. I'm sure Longmuir was looking at this and probably, he's the coach, he knows more than I do. But obviously, again, you want to see some players perform, and some players didn't quite perform. And I mean, they were pretty quiet, as in they were quiet last game and they were quiet this game. Again, it's not about singling out, but it's about trying to get these players to perhaps step it up a bit, Having little sparks and moments here and there are good. But again, I think you got to sort of try and build upon it. And if you're not building upon these foundations, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? But yes, like I said, some of the positives, Liam Ryan on the defense, disposal, even Chapman as well. As I mentioned, Brayshaw was in it and amongst it, which is so beautiful to see. Sarong as well. Michael Frederick, hey, marking-wise, he's good. But in terms of hitting that sweet spot in between the goals, can probably do a bit of work with. But again, it's good to see his pace and his marking skills coming into fruition. I believe, much like what Switkowski said during the interview with Freo, there's going to be moments or games where some people will hit lots of goals and some people won't, and it's about adjusting and obviously at the same time as well, just trying to work around that. It wasn't Frederick's night tonight. But hey, it was Tabs, it was Michael Walters, which is, again, good to see. Good to see Michael Walters come, obviously, and bring a game like this. Granted, it's practice, but still a player who I think draws a bit of, different reactions from us Freo fans. You either like him, you don't. Again, we all know what he can bring, what he's brought in the past. So again, many people just probably wanting to see a bit more. But in this game here, I thought he'll stand out as a leader, which is good to see. Monday as well, great to see him play, great to see him run around. But I just want to sort of kudos as well, Logue as well as Pierce defensively. With those guys there, we look so much better. How good is it that we just have some decent defenders, key defenders who are back playing football. Again, mentions to Darcy, and I hope he's not too bad there. And obviously Rory Lobb, and obviously Wilson as well. Again, you guys heard me. I'm not going to touch too much on the players I think need to improve, but at moments, especially in round one, if you're going to get caught up like a sore thumb, it's going to hurt. You're going to get found out real quick, right? And we can't take this Crows team lightly. I myself will be going and watching us take on the Crows, which is going to be awesome. As I might do a vlog on it, but now I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there, in the cheering squad section, and I hope it can be a positive result for us. I really don't want to go there with an L. yeah, I can only just imagine what it'll be like walking through the crow's nest. But I digress. Overall, good game. Granted, both teams, didn't have their best players, but in saying that, I was just really pleased to see the pressure. And when West Coast hit back, I was just pleased that we were, we didn't panic. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't panic. We didn't scatter around. We stuck to the game plan, adding pressure defensively as well. It was so good for us. It was so good just to see us just spring into action. A bit of life, and obviously your players like Jordan Clark add so much. Your Brodies as well. Like, it's just so good to see. Again, is there room for improvement? You bet you there is. You bet you there is. But again, is there sort of like an avenue for us to actually be appreciative and actually be proud of the way the boys played today? They did. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. All you can ask for really is just to build upon and build upon. It was what they did. Granted, quarter 3 was probably, in my opinion, our worst quarter. But again, it wasn't too far off. Like we were there or thereabouts anyway. But again, hitting quarter 4, the fourth quarter for me was where we sort of took off, and I was happy to see that. Granted, some plays here and there, but it is what it is. It's just practice. But I hope you guys sort of, what are your thoughts on the game overall? I mean, who are your standouts? If I could sort of name my top 3, again, not going to be naming any stats here, but if I could name my top 3 in no particular order, I'll say probably Brayshaw, Tabana, and Liam Ryan. I thought those 3 blokes there were marvellous today. And I just thought it was just great to, again, see Freo playing some different kind of footy that we're just not used to seeing. Again, I get it. It's practice, so let's not, let's not get too crazy and hyped up. But still, it provides us with something. Remember, in 2 weeks' time, quite literally in 2 weeks' time, we play the Crows. Like, it's literally where and when it matters the most, right? Because this is when the points matter. This is when the points count. But in this one here, like I said, foundations were built. It's good to see, right? It's good to see. But in saying that, what are your thoughts? Who are your standout players? Net Fife didn't play. Fife will play in 2 weeks' time, I'm assuming, which will be good. He'll be headlining a very busy midfield squad. Kudos to the defense as well, the defenders as well. Just how good is it to have your Pierces, your Logs just play without being injured? It's so underrated, that comment right there, but how vital is it in reality? But again, tell me what your thoughts were. It's wrong, goat. Anyway, take it easy. See you guys next time, and just remember, don't argue.